Hi there, my name is Malcolm Wilkinson and welcome to Millennial Meals, a place where we show you how to make some delicious meals and treats right in your own home. So in today's episode, we're going to be keeping it simple. We're going to be making some rice and beans. Let's get cooking.
So for equipment, you're going to want to have a cutting board, a knife, a crock pot, a stove, a skillet, measuring spoons, and a measuring cup, rice cooker, spatula, and if optional, if you have it, a skillet cover for when you're cooking your sausages and also your veggies. For ingredients, you're going to want to have 1 pound of red beans, smoked sausage, the whole package, 1 large onion, 1 green bell pepper, 4 celery stalks, 1 tablespoon of arbol pepper. You can use cayenne, but in this case I had some arbol around, so I used that. 3 to 4 garlic cloves, or if you have a little jar of it, 2 tablespoons of garlic. 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of thyme, 1 teaspoon of sage, and 2 tablespoons of Creole. So for some of these other ingredients like the rice, it can vary on how much rice you want to use. Some people just use 1 cup of rice. In this case, I used 2 cups of rice in my rice cooker. When it comes to the ham stock, it can vary at how much stock you get when you're doing your cook. In my scenario, I got about 24 ounces of it, and to add a little bit of a cherry on the top, I cooked it with 4 bay leaves.
So one of the first things we want to do is we want to cut up our smoked sausage. Now you can use andouille sausage, but in case you can't find that andouille sausage, you can just use smoked sausage instead. It's still going to be the same. Basically, we just want some thin slices, and basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be throwing in the pan and we're going to be browning both sides of our sausage. Then after that, we're just going to put it to the side and then we're going to cook our veggies next. The goal here is to get both sides brown on the smoked sausage. After when they get brown on both sides, I'm going to put them inside this container, then throw my veggies inside this pan. So I'm not going to waste any of the juices. I'm basically going to be cooking the veggies in some of the sausage juice that kind of got left over. Alright, so the next step in our fun endeavor is that we're going to be cooking some onion, green bell pepper, and celery. Now the goal here is to get the veggies to be looking translucent, and I'll throw in my garlic and my dry ingredients. When the vegetables start to turn a little translucent, now it's time to add the garlic. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding about 2 tablespoons of garlic. That's roughly about 4 cloves. For you, if you don't have like a nice jar of garlic, just use 4 medium-sized or large-sized cloves. But in this case, I'm going to be using about 2 tablespoons of garlic. And that's going to be cooked within this nice batch. And once I start smelling that nice garlicky smell, then I'll basically move on to the other dry ingredients. When the veggies get done, what you're going to want to do is you want to throw them inside your crock pot. So when I throw the veggies in, the next thing that's going to come out is, or I should say, we throw it in, will be the beans, the broth, and our sausage. So after when you added all your fun ingredients, such as the sausage, the beans, and all the other fun stuff, now it's time to add our stock. So this stock is going to add a lot more of that fun ham flavor to our meal. And don't worry, that's going to break down, but that's just solid, nice ham stock. All right, so what I'm going to do is now I'm going to add some water. Not too much, probably about 2 cups. Depends on how much kind of fills up. So probably maybe half. So if you drained your beans, so if it was just beans in those containers, you'd obviously have to add more water. Because in those containers that I had earlier, I already had some water and I didn't want to drain it, because I still wanted some of that bean juice inside my crock pot. So in this case, I'm probably at about, let's just say 2 cups. So about 2 cups of water I added right after. In your case, you're probably going to add about 6 cups of water to your beans or inside your crock pot. So now that I have all my ingredients inside my crock pot, I'm going to set my crock pot up to high, put the lid on, and let it cook for about 6 to 8 hours. So when it was getting close to the end of the cook time for my beans, I basically made some rice to have it ready to be served, just easy to go. So it took the beans about 6.5 hours to cook. So one thing I was wanting to mention again though, if you want to give it more of a creamy color and tone, make sure you smash some beans up against the side of the crock pot. The other method though is you can basically put it inside a blender and make it in like a puree, then pour it in here. Then after that, you basically put like 1/2 rice and the other half your delicious soup over here. But with that said, this is how you make rice and beans with a crock pot. Y'all stay safe, and have a good one.